All right, welcome. We're doing the return flight back. We got a ticket on United 777, 300 extended range, big aircraft. Got first class too, so that's kind of nice. For this one, time of day, I'm going to start doing them not at actual times because when you fly actual time, you tend to run into the same flight. You see it on the map, and you're kind of flying alongside it. It's 2100, so it's seven. No, I'm sorry, 5:30 p.m. local time. The wind's pretty calm out of the west. Uh, fairly some moderate turbulence and low thermal activity, as you can see, and visibility's pretty high. The cumulus clouds are low, and the cirrus clouds are medium. Cloud height is pretty medium and high. So, going to be flying from San Juan to Houston at 1835 nautical miles at 30,000 feet. We're going to take off runway 26, head out over the old town there, and then get the Dynamo 1 arrival, 26 right approach into Houston. So that's the flight, and Pete and I are going to be rolling out in just a few moments here, just moving onto the runway. And there's our approach into Houston. We're going to kind of come in from the southwest, flip around, and run in there. So here we go. Hold on, I'm just going to pause it, and then we'll be right back. All right, Pete and I were rolling down the runway. Just got clearance, and we are flying. We're getting ready to fly back here to Houston because we didn't get. We're on rollout, and we're just now getting ready to pull off the ground. And yeah, because of that snafu, we got to go back to Houston, and then we'll drive back up to Dallas. But we got out of there. Here we are coming up the ground. We got out of there pretty good, Pete. How'd it go?
Yeah, what a game, huh? I mean, we knew that these guys were supposed to be contact specialists. They were supposed to be offensive power. We didn't really see it in the first game. It was a rather low hitting affair, but boy, they really turned it on against the Swordfish.
They did. They did. Real quick comment on the flight here. We got this United flight coming back. We're on a 777, and you can see sort of that we got first class looking back at the engine there, and you get a little noises in the background. That's because those are some cockpit noises. So if you hear some weird noises, that's what that is. Sorry about that.
I can't take this flight.
I know, I know.
Seven is an unlucky number for me.
Yeah.
I can't take.
Well, and you can see as we're going outbound here from San Juan, Puerto Rico, just real quick on a technical thing you mentioned, some of the textures here were outside. You can see where it's good versus bad, but just stretch your mind on that one, folks. It's gonna be all right. But it'll be normal when we get back to the States. Okay, so anyway,
Free your mind and your butt will follow.
all right, all that out of the way. Yeah, huge win back there. I
Yeah.
did not expect that.
I did not either. But our Ramblers are off to a 2-0 start. They're sitting atop their division right now.
They are. Yeah, it was huge. And I forgot to do one little thing here, but I guess you're gonna hear some stuff as I go through my menus. That little that's me going through the menus. All right, so anyway, there was some news after that. Yeah, I mean we got all our guys hit. We got 20 something hits. And do we consider up in the difficulty at all, or?
I mean, it's only 2 games. We're only 2 games in. We had some luck against a team that's already struggled. I mean, they struggled against the Overdogs. So I don't know. I wouldn't be quick to pull the trigger, but I mean, if we have another game where we put 22, I mean, again,
Yeah.
if we put
Okay.
22 hits on the board, if it starts to become kind of a regular thing, well, then yeah, it probably would be.
Okay.
But one game could just be an anomaly.
Yeah, and I know we were like 56 difficulty last season. This season we didn't know how this game was going to work, so we thought 53 might be a good, safe place. We thought maybe it'd be harder. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, we may end up working our way up towards 55, but like Pete said, we'll see what this next one's like.
Right.
Okay.
And we're not, like I say, we're looking to be competitive.
Right.
We want it to be competitive. We don't want to be a guaranteed dinger every time we step up to the plate. We want it to be a little bit of a challenge.
Right. Right. Okay. Good thinking. All right. So,
So hopefully the guy that's sitting between us now understands how this works.
yeah, yeah. But sort of, yeah, to kind of close on that last game, I mean, you got like Swindle Heath just hitting home runs all the time.
Yeah.
We got, and the pitching too, like 9 Ks by
Oh my gosh. Yeah. More
Beefy.
reliable.
Well,
Jeez.
Beefy got 9 Ks, and then Bohr gets 8.
Yeah. I agree with you. That's been the biggest surprise to me too, is that our starting pitching has been so good. Our relief pitching has been so good. The only pitching that's been questionable has been the closer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. And oh, we're gonna okay. So one of the things we're gonna do here on this flight, we're gonna make some we're gonna talk about some of those other players that we kind of look at and stuff. So there was some news after the last game we didn't cover. We got almost $1 million in trading funds again. I'm gonna go up the news a little bit. My first one, yeah, I think you can see what's going on here too. So I'll just say the first one, we got a player development available at target practice, a new trading available for Leland Bull. So that target practice would give the 29-year-old pitcher one more to his accuracy and his velocity, 10% chance of getting a bonus of +3 accuracy, and a 10% chance to gain a new pitch, a fork pitch. That's attractive to me.
Or was it Leland Bull?
Yeah, it's the. Are you looking at the news?
I'm looking at the player development
Oh,
screen.
that was after Moonstars.
Yeah, we have a bunch of
Oh,
stuff
we have
in
a
here.
ton. Okay, well, all right, that's we never told about that one. Okay, so what's the next one up from there?
Um, in the
Maxim,
news? Oh,
Maximiliano LeBlanc under my team.
Maximiliano LeBlanc has a new training regimen, horse hormones. He could gain, I can't see the price, for $246,400. He can get gain 4 to his speed. He loses 1 to his power, and he's got a 25% chance of a bonus +4 speed and a 15% chance to gain choker. So there's a possibility of a +8 in his speed. He'll lose 1 to his power, and he may become a choker. So I don't think that's worth money.
No, yeah. Jeff Benson decided to stop throwing so hard. That was that last game. He goes from D plus to D plus. Did we talk about those? And more reliable was better. It better get off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Then why don't you do the first one after this game?
Okay, the first one after this way. Player development available a signal decryptor. Kid Paul is raring to take on a new training regimen for $377,800. He can get a +3 to his arm, +15 chance of a bonus +5 to his arm, and then a 15% chance to lose injury prone. So there's a possibility of him gaining 18%, 18, no wait, 8
Yeah,
to his arm, and a 15% chance that he'll lose injury prone, but that'll cost us $377,800.
that's attractive.
It's not bad.
Player development surf lessons for Marcos Murillo, willing to take on a new training regime. He can get +2 to his fielding, 1 to his contact, 20% chance of a bonus +2 fielding, 10% chance to weaken secondary position, shortstop. To none. That would cost us 381 too.
And then last but not least, Spray Bellamy is worried the manager has IBS and got blamed for the locker room incident. So his loyalty fell by 19%. His new loyalty is 62.
That's well, that's kind of crappy. Get it?
Yep.
All right. So first of all, sign and release. I think we're gonna go to Judy Hunt. You were saying?
Yeah, we were looking at Judy Hunt.
Keep an eye on her. She's right now. She dropped her. She was at 16 or something like that for asking salary. We're gonna put a star on her, or how do we do the star on her? I guess select player, watch player. There we go. Okay, it's a little different. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna watch Judy Hunt at 14-2, the closer, 31-year-old. In case we're gonna let Twist play a little bit. We got to see what he can do. But Judy Hunt, we want to keep an eye on. And That okay. So one thing we want to figure out, she's A ranked. Let's go back to, I want to go back to our team then. And I want to go up to, so let's see, how do we sort? I want to go to overall. What are our A ranked players? So B plus are making 9.8, A minus are 11.3. So it's going to be an A ranked player's fair market value is going to be around 12. So she's overpriced right now.
Okay.
So I would say we wouldn't even consider her until she's down to like 12.5 at least. What do you think? I don't know.
Why do you think an A-ranked player is worth 12?
I was looking at the players on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to my
Well, they
team,
go from like B plus is at let's say 9 because we got one that's at 9.1 and the other's at 9.8.
yeah.
So just get rid of that and just say they're worth 9. Then the A minus players are both at 11. So that's two steps up,
Yeah.
right? So I would say A would be 2 steps up, which would be like 13, right?
Well, but if you like, it's like if you go, I was saying, if you go from a B to a B plus, it's 2 million. If you go from a B plus to an A minus, it's 2 million. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. So 13, right? You're saying somewhere around the 13 range,
right?
and she's asking 14 too. So once she comes down to the 13s, we could think about it. What do you think she's going to be? You think there are a lot of teams that are hurting for a closer?
Well, I mean, given her stats, 95 accuracy, 73 jump, 76 velocity, you know?
That's true.
She only throws a 4-seam fastball and a slider, but if she can lock it down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'll win you games. She is old, though. She's 31.
Yeah, well, you don't need, I mean, if she pitches till she's 35, she could be with the team our whole time we're here.
Yeah.
We got enough money. We have $1.8 million, and we would get a lot less per game by signing her. But
they say her valuation is 10.6 million.
How do you see that?
It's the last square. So if
okay.
you flip through the pages, I don't know what that means. They value her as being worth 10.6 million. Is that the deal? And she's asking for plus 3.6, so that would be 4 point.
Well, that's helpful.
14.2, right?
We're trying to do the math. All right, so they think her fair market value is 10.6, and she's asking 3 above.
Right.
I don't know if we were seriously going to get her. We thought other people were going to go for her.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd want to wait till she's at 10.6. We'd want to get her at like 11.5 or something.
Yeah. Well, that's my only thing is I kind of feel. I mean, I kind of feel like as far as closers go,
she's a top closer.
It's a premium too.
So maybe we got her 2.5 above 10.6, 12. So we got her at 13. What do you think about that?
I think if we could get her into the 13 range, I think that would be a pretty good steal.
All right.
Pretty good deal. Steal deal? Would it be a steal deal?
It'd be a deal with a stolen deal. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. We could talk some more in a bit. We're getting close to, as the sun sets here, we're getting close to the cart coming out. That went pretty quick, right?
Yeah, it did.
We can have our drinks and come back and continue talking. I'm gonna get a hotel room tonight. It's gonna be late, so maybe we'll have some cocktails tonight.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, anywho, we'll wrap up here, and then as we fly in the sunset, we'll pick it back up when we're coming in on the other side, folks. So hang tight. We'll be back in just a little while. All right now. All right, back back here. It sounds like we're making our descent down towards Houston. We're still out over the Gulf of Mexico, but a nice relaxing flight. I think yeah, it's gonna be good to be home. I think we're home for a couple games, right? We have them for 2 games before heading back out on the road again.
I believe so. I believe so. We got a couple of divisional opponents, right? The Buzzards are part of our division as well.
They are,
The
yeah.
Moose are. Moose
The,
are coming into town, and then we're going to face off against the Buzzards, and then we're back on the road for the Sawteeth.
yeah, actually, no. The Buzzards are not ours. I think they're the Pacific Division. Um,
Oh,
but the Moose is definitely us. Yes, the Moose are coming in town. They're coming in town for one. That means we're gonna go out twice to Detroit. We're gonna play 2 straight games in Detroit at one point. Um, I think that's late
yeah.
season as well. So yeah, this will be good to test ourselves against division rivals.
Yes, it will. Yeah, and that's going to be a little bit harder. The Moose, so far this season, are undefeated. They're 1-0 as well with a +3 run differential. So they're not going to make it easy. That's for sure. They're not going to lay. They're not going to lay down for us.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. I want to see the standings too as well. Yeah, so the standings. I mean, well, the standings are going to change after the first game. We didn't get all the scores yet from the other teams. I mean, after our win today, at least we were first place, 2-0.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we'll have to wait till we land to find out what the scores of the other games were. Probably won't hear till before our next game. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just neat that first of all, it's always anytime you got a new season to see how far a team could go before getting its first loss.
yeah,
And it's nice to know
it
that
is.
we're in the hunt for that, and not just the first loss of season either. It's our first ever. We won every game we've ever played with this
Yeah, yeah.
team.
They looked really good. I mean, honestly, that was kind of what you expected to see from the Ramblers. They're contact specialists, so you figure they're going to fill the ballpark with at least base hits. That doesn't always equal runs, but you're hoping that they can move some players across home base. That was one of the issues we had with the Wolves was they didn't seem to be able to play small ball very well. Couldn't really move without power hitting. They couldn't really seem to move players around the base pass. But we did pretty well. But there was some gotta work on some of that defense.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, we had some mistakes. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
a couple. Yeah, I think the center fielder jumped way too late. One
yeah,
threw the wrong base. Stuff like
yeah.
that. Even in the last game, we had a throw from second base into the stands.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, tried to throw it too hard. Yeah, I went over. The issue with some of it is that the controller working with is juxtaposed. So my
Oh,
D-pad and my joystick are in different positions on the left side,
oh,
and that's going to be a problem defensively or for stealing
yeah,
because it's not where I'm used to it.
yeah.
So I will get that rectified, but yeah, there was a shot into left field that was missed by Swindle Heath out there, and that wound up rolling to the wall. Luckily, it didn't cost us. Bore Reliable was able to strike out the side, and Thirsty's double went for nothing. But still, that could cost you. That could come back to haunt you.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, before so we marked what's her face as a closer, and I think we want to wait, like I said, a little bit while she comes down. And I guess I'd like to put what's his face in again. I like to give him a chance. I like to give everybody a chance.
Right.
Um, I mean, he's 1-0.
Well, that's the thing is he's 1-0 with an 18 ERA.
Yeah, yeah. So I hate to drop someone this early. I always like to think, well, you play into the season a little bit. Let everybody get their legs under them. I don't like moving. They're gonna move that quick, but I think we've got the money. We could get We get the best closer at least on the free market. Um,
At
that
this
makes
point, yeah.
yeah, that's really attractive. But in the meantime, we're pulling in almost $1 million a game for development. We have 1.8 million, 1,805,263 right now to spend, and I was looking at some of that stuff. Um, and there's a few options. So I thought, well, maybe to decide what we do here, we do what I like to call the playoff system, where we put two choices against each other, and then the winner of that against the others. So I'm looking at the Kid Paul signal descriptor. Um, let's see, he's 30, center fielder. It will be available for at least two more games. It would get 3 to his arm, 15% chance of 5, and a 15% chance to lose the injury prone. That's a good one for 377. The Marcus Murillo surf lessons, it would add 3 to his fielding, 1 to his contact, 20% chance of a bonus +2 fielding, and a 10% chance to weaken the secondary position. That's also good. That one's good for 4 games. What if we look at the ones that are 2 games away and compare those against each other? Because we might be able to get more. So that's the other 2 game ones. You got Horse Hormones for 22-year-old Maximiliano Blanc, 4 to his speed, -1 to his power, 25% chance of a bonus +4 speed, 15% chance to gain a choker. Versus the Signal Decryptor, I think I'd lean towards the Signal Decryptor. Kid Paul.
Decryptor and Kid Paul. Okay.
Let's see if I go to Maximiliano LeBlanc. He's C ranked. He's 22. What are his? He would lose. I forget what he would lose. Something to his power. 69 power. He's got no speed. He's good at everything, but he doesn't have good speed. And this would
he would lose 1 to his power
to gain a lot of speed.
He'd get 4 speed. There's a 25% chance he'd get a bonus 4.
Yeah.
Which would give him a boost of 8. What would that put him at?
So I go back here again to.
Oh wait, I should be able to do this.
Speed,
it's over in the left hand.
8. Well, 4 would get him up to 18. 8 would get him up to 22. So he still wouldn't be fast, but we've been working on him at 22 years old.
Right. And so, then
that's not unattractive, but you compare that to the Signal Stealer Kid Paul, getting 3 to his arm, 15% chance, plus 5 more to the arm. Kid Paul, as far as his arm goes, his arm's at 84. It's already a really good arm.
Yeah.
But maybe not that one.
Right, because he'd be over 90, which would be great for an outfielder to have a strong arm. That's great.
Yeah.
And if we could get him to drop the injury prone, obviously that's even better,
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think between that and the Horse Hormones one?
The Horse Hormones one, though, you got 15% chance to gain choker.
Yeah.
That's not thrilling to me.
It was an 85% chance to not.
That's true. Well, I guess if we're looking at it that way, I would say that Maximiliano LeBlanc can use the speed more than Kid Paul can use more arm.
Okay. All right, so we'll put a check on that. So between that and then there's one up from there, Leland Bull, 29-year-old starter reliever, target practice, throwing soda cans. We use for trailer. So he would add 1 to his accuracy, 1 to his velocity, 10% chance of 3 accuracy, 10% to new pitch, 10% chance for new pitch. So accuracy and velocity, he's at, where's his accuracy and velocity?
Accuracy's at 26 and his velocity's at 89. Do you not have it on the left side of it?
I see it now. Oh, on the left side of the screen back here?
If you're at the player development?
Right, why do I have to go see him in the roster? It's all right there. Yeah, what a okay. Funny guy. All right, cute. All right, so yeah, those are small gains, but possibly a little larger gain with the extra accuracy. Possibly a new pitch is nice.
I do like the possibility of the new pitch. A fork pitch, that would be kind of nice.
In reality, we can actually afford all these, but
yeah,
I guess we could pick up one now and take a look at the other ones for the next game.
Sounds good.
At least 2 more games. What do you want to pick up? Target practice or Horse Hormones?
I'm going to go with the pitcher I think we go with Leland Bull,
Okay,
and
386.
hopefully we'll get the fork pitch. I would love that.
All right, let's see purchase. Let's see if it shows some other picture like it did in the other game of some random player. Are you sure you want a picture? Yes. You got one of the accuracy, one of the velocity, not acquired the accuracy. What about the new pitch?
Nope.
No. Okay. So he's up to a 90, and
Hey, hey, get our money back. I'm not happy with those
that costs
results.
$386,000 to add one to its velocity, one to its accuracy.
Yeah, but
It's
his loyalty has gone up to 93.
oh, that's true, because we're spending on him. Oh, I
Yep.
never thought about looking at these people's loyalty. We could do if there's somebody. Is there somebody on the list who's pissed off? No. Get an opportunity for one of our other guys who's like mad or whatever. We could boost him just to get them back. So what do you think? That good for now?
Yeah, Bore Reliable, he's at 54 and Spray Bellamy's at 62. So if there's any, the Kid Paul's at 71.
Hmm.
So I don't know what you want to do there.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just looking at who has actual opportunities. Yeah, these guys only. I mean, it's
Salary
LeBlanc.
valuation.
Oh,
So
that's right.
Jeff Benson is plus 0.1 million
Uh,
over. I guess he's overvalued by 0.1 million. And
yeah.
Leland Bull is valued less than 1 million. Why is he wearing a Herbisaur's uniform?
What? I don't have that on mine.
I'm gonna take a picture of it so I can show it to you.
All right, that's weird.
Yeah.
He's the guy we just did. Okay, there's still a glitch there then with whatever that is.
It's my whole team. The whole team is wearing Herbisaur uniform. It's like they all moved to the Herbisaurs. What?
Oops. All right, so real quick, because we got about 8 minutes left, we start to see the Texas coast over
Yes,
there,
sir.
and we're coming. We're seeing the lights coming up now. It's gonna be evening out there. We should be landing in about 7 or 8 minutes. Let's take a look real quick at the moose. Of course, things could change.
Yes, sir.
Stats wise in the next game. But we just want to take a peek at who this team is. Let's see, team stats. Looks like Fred Bobbitt's. Where's the at bets? Okay, 3 for 4. Fred Bobbitt's hitting really well at second base. They've only played the one game up to this point, right?
Yeah, they have not played their second game yet, but yeah, like you were saying, you got Fred Bobbitt and Roman Reigns, as well as Rip Dingers, who seem to be hitting pretty well. Perry Quaker and Buck Swiner both have a hit, and then that's about it. Harmonious Jackson still hitless on the season. Stallion Johnson, I'm not familiar with him. Nacho Crisp and Hose Tremendo still waiting on their first hit this season. So, like you say, they still got to play their second game. And I'm sure some of these Nacho Crisp typically a good hitter. So I got to believe that you're not going to keep him off of the score sheet for too long.
Looking at pitching, Rhiannon Cannon has got a 1.80 ERA. She got the win. 5 innings. Gave up only 4 hits. 3 strikeouts. So we're not going to see her, though, obviously. I think it's Jeffrey Rockman. Let's go to their roster. I'm just looking at, wow, they got Rip Dingers as a 97 power. I'm looking for things that stand out. Fred Bobbitt's an 86 contact. Pedro Nixon's an 83 power. So Pedro Nixon, Perry Quaker, Fred Bobbitt, and Rip Dingers. That's where they're real tough. Ronald Jackson's got a lot of power, and so does Irene Fast. And they're pretty good contact as well. Not a bad team. I'm looking at everybody here. Nacho Chris. Nacho!
Nacho!
So I think that's what we have to deal with. What type of team? They're power hitters. They got real good power. They got good contact as well. Their worst thing is speed. They got good defense. They got real good rotation and pen. They should be a tough team. This will be big. As far
Yeah.
as as far as chemistry goes, they're really evenly laid out there. I mean, they got 5 guys who are spirited, 5 who are competitive. Just yeah, like one crafty. Oh no, there's a number of traits across the team.
They seem a lot like us. They've got 2 A ranked players. One's an A plus, one's an A minus.
Yeah.
And then they've got 3 B pluses, and then the rest is like B or less. But they're older, you know.
Yeah.
Hieronymus Jackson 34, Jeffrey Rockman 36, Klaus the Game 37, Rip Dingers is 34, Pose Tremendo 31, Irene Pass 33, Raul Strikes 33.
Yeah, they got a lot of older players.
Yeah, so they're an older team for sure. Perry Quaker's 36. Lionel Martinez 34. Yeah, so they got a lot of players that are over 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of feel like Klaus the Game, the oldest player on the team.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. Yeah, this will be.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, we know some of these from the other games, Roman Rhodes, but Hieronymus Jackson's always going to be good. You got to be careful against him.
Yeah.
Pedro Nixon's good in the field. Rhiannon Cannon's always good. They get Jeffrey Rockman, Sanchez Silvio. Yeah, I think
Nacho Crisp.
Yeah,
He was always been good. I mean, even last season. I mean, Crisp is a solid player.
Yeah. It looks like Bobbitt's the big. Or Rip Dingers always, but yeah, Bobbitt's the real deal. Well, then I went back and it made Herbisaur's things, and then it put them back. That's funny. He has a little glitch there. All right. Yeah, we're starting to round our way back. It looks like we're making our final approach, and it came in some clouds. That's kind of cool. But yeah, it'll be good to be back home for over a week.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like you say, nice 2-game stretch at home before we have to get back out on the road. I know the fans are going to be excited after opening up the season. 2 games to none, and like I say, seeing power out of this team. I don't think anybody expected to see the kind of power we're seeing.
Power in pitching.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the the regular hits, the singles and stuff like that. We were expecting that. We didn't expect to see 20 whatever, but even that was unexpected. But
yeah,
I felt bad. I started to feel bad every time we got a home run toward the end of the game. Just teeing off on these poor suckers. But yeah, it's good. I like the way we're positioned thus far. I hope we don't use it all at the front.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But you got as well as I do. You get the ball rolling. And like you said, it's tough because you don't want to be playing your best ball at the beginning of the season. You're hoping to turn it on about midpoint and then start playing your best ball in the later half. So you're absolutely right. We don't want to use it all up here.
Right. And then
by the same token, I'd rather win than lose.
Yeah. And as far as the season goes, then for schedule and stuff, I know we have a lot of home games here. I mean, we got this next week, and we go on the road a little bit. We go to San Jose, go to LA, and stuff like that. We come home for like a 7-game stretch. That's it's almost 4 weeks, and then we're on the road later in the season for the same amount.
Yeah, it's a complete role reversal. Like I say, we tend to be very homebound in the first 19. The second 19, we are road dogs. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, we should wrap it up. It looks like we're about getting ready to turn on final here. So hopefully you like the series, folks. I mean, I guess if you're watching the baseball, this might be interesting to you. But we hope we do. We do have a few watchers who follow every game, so we're glad to have you with us, bring you on the road. And yeah, I mean, we'll do a little bit more of a post-game show after the next ones when we're at home. We'll cut a lot of this short.
Yep.
All right. So all right, we're gonna log off here, get our tray tables upright, and get ready for
Get
touchdown. But
ready.
it's been good. Yeah, Pete, I'll see you. I'll see you back on the runway.
Definitely. We'll see you later.
Bye, folks.
All right. Bye-bye.
500, 400, 300, 400. Approaching decision height. Decision height. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Hey there. Okay, next morning, here we are in town. Got back. Decided to stay at the hotel because got in late, so I just stayed in Houston. Now gonna hit the road, run back up to Dallas, and we're done. Done with this trip. We've already traveled enough for the first road excursion out of the country. You know, which is kind of funny. They let us keep the car back here, but yeah, this is the first season that we have international teams, like the teams that we had one in Puerto Rico, one in Canada, Montreal, one in the other one in San Juan, one in Monterrey, Mexico, and one in Guadalajara, Mexico. And this season we go out of the country twice. One our very first road trip out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Oh, I didn't even set my map. And the other one later in the season we head down to Monterrey, Mexico. To face the heaters. So let's see here. Let's go to the map again real quick. I didn't even map my route. I'm heading back to Fort Worth, Texas. I live right out here. So make it happen, Captain. So yeah, I know when I was on the road on the way down from Dallas and talking about this
Turn left.
this travel series, I thought, well, is anyone even going to be interested? Like, I wasn't even 100% sure I wanted to do it. But now having done the first trip, yeah. No, but I was thinking about it.
And then turn left.
And I started thinking, well, wait a minute. Just on its own, it
left.
might not be. Like, I was going to do it where, like I was saying, I'd be just working in the basement on stuff, and I would hang and chat while I'm flying, which is okay. But after running over the season, I thought, well, I'm going to bookend it for my baseball season, make it a little bit more immersive, a little bit more interesting. I know we do a program format, Pete and I. I got a production level games that I show. We've got the the intros. We have the highlights that we intersperse in there. We do the credits at the end. I'm importing music this time, so I got to overlay the music this time. So I thought, well, what else can I do to work more on and spend more time on this thing? But I thought, yeah, you know what? Weather looks good, right? Yeah, I don't have to worry about rain. I'm gonna bookend this thing. I'll use the travel things as bookends to the baseball games. So it really will give you an appreciation if you're interested in the baseball and you follow that. And I know we do have I do have some subscribers that have subscribed. Well, I gotta slow way down. That watch I believe, watch all
Stay
the
right,
games.
and then exit right.
This could be a fun way to feel like you're on the road with the Ramblers. I just have to remember to say
Exit
Ramblers and
left.
not Beewolves. It's really weird having played 4 seasons with the Arizona Beewolves, and now you got another team. The Beewolves used to just roll off the tongue so quickly, and now it's like the Ramblers. They're the Texas Ramblers. A long ways from Phoenix, Arizona, as you saw from the drive on out.
Stay left.
So, all right, I'm going to get this thing out here and then just check it. Ooh, stay left. Okay, get myself a good speed, and then set my cruise. Where's my cruise? Oops, sorry. 65. I'll go 65. That sounds good, right? Somewhere in between. We're coming up on Huntsville, Texas. That's about where we are. We'll take the GPS out a little bit further.
Stay left.
I want to get in closer because I don't know exactly where I'm going to go. Oh yeah, I wanted to see the statue, see who this was. And now that we got time. So anyway, when I do these bookends, hold on, let me check the statue out, and then we'll talk more about the format of the show. Sam Houston. All right, well then that makes clear sense. 1793 to 1863. I didn't know he died during the Civil War. But there's the man, bigger than life, right? I mean, that's a huge statue. All right, now getting back on is going to be a challenge. Because we are on the highway here, but I got a Fiat Abarth, babies. Smoking hot. Yes, the prime rib place, people. Not only prime rib, you can get your brisket there, of course. So anyway, yeah, the format's going to be for the road games. The travel series is going to bookend it with the trip out and the trip back. And I thought, well, what I'll do then, I'll incorporate it in if you feel like you want to travel with the team. I thought, Pete and I, we used to do a pregame show and a postgame show sort of a thing. And still now, right before a game, we'll talk some stats and stuff. But we would talk offline about a lot of statistics and stuff that we just wouldn't cover in the game, because as it is, we kind of hurry through the game to get it done in like an hour and 15 minutes. But we could do a little bit more prep for the pregame and a little bit more coverage for the postgame, and I can incorporate those, like you saw, into the bookended flight series.
Stay left.
So I think the formula I've settled on is I record from Aerofly. Oh, I gotta hit resume here. Aerofly FS4. I record takeoff and departure, although I might do taxi, takeoff, and departure going forward, make it a little bit more immersive. About a 15-20 minute segment, and then there's like a flyby where it shows me flying in the distance, and then I finish the other end, fly in, and I do like a 20-minute approach. And then that time, if it's the trip out, like this one, like you saw, the trip out will be more of a discussion as to the upcoming game, strategy, stats, just things you're mulling over. Do we need better pitching? Do we need, what else do we need? Because Pete and I used to do at each quarter of the season, we used to do a series called Live from the Hive. And it was, we'd run like commercials for some of these fake American truck simulator companies, and we talk about that because we didn't want to be wheeling and dealing every game. We still wouldn't hear, but we could talk about that stuff, and we don't have to do it at the quarters. If we're discussing it, we're on the road, we can make it happen. So the plan is to, have some of the, takeoff. I'll do some talking on my own. Pete comes in and actually record Pete and my conversation after we play a game. And I don't know if I did it on this first one, but the thought was to get the games of the week in there as well, so we could talk about the outcomes of the other games, game by game scores, and then we could just summarize it during game time of the next game. That way we got to talk about, we look at the stats, look at the players, and I could bring that up on the little laptop screen on the flight. And like I said, on the way down, talk about the upcoming game, preparing for whatever team we're playing against. And on the way back, talk about that last game. And, you know, things we want to do and change. And most of it will be me talking, but we'll have at least several minutes, probably not the whole flight segment, but several minutes with me and Pete both talking together. And Pete's welcome for the whole flight. It's just that, you know, I value his time. He doesn't have to, and I think we'll have a format that works for that. And, here we are. Or there I am. Driving back to Houston on my own. Yeah, I gotta speed up a little bit, because, when trucks are passing you that fast, you gotta do something different. Yeah, and so the flight segment, what it leaves out is that, you know, the center, you're only getting a total half an hour of flying time. You get the, you know, departure and the approach, takeoff and landing. We're skipping the whole, because nobody would watch a 3-hour flight, you know, where you're at cruise altitude. So there's just not enough to talk about. Nobody really, I couldn't imagine that a lot of people would want to see that. No one would look forward to it, that's for sure. But this way we get enough, you know, to talk about, and then the assumption is we're just reading a book or sleeping, you know, during cruise altitude and come back down. But I do love traveling in real life. I've done it, you know, I don't do it often enough as I'd like. I love flying, I love traveling, so it is kind of neat to see even in the game when you're not doing it. I don't know if there's any of you out there that just like to travel and you don't have the chance because you're bogged down in the daily grind, and it was just fun to just, you know, imagine and see it like that. So that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, and I thought I'd say it would help. I think it would help make the season a little more interesting. You can tune in and follow it or not, but those who really follow the games and the team want to see more, then you can see what we talk about between games and such. And yeah, like I said, I will not. It's going to be just the flight segments. I'm not going to be driving to the airport every time, if that's what you wonder. Like, is this guy literally going to drive to a fictional airport and then take a fictional flight? Well, no. Just a fictional flight part. I'm not. But again, like I said with the flights, too, those are actual real-world flights I'm looking up with times and everything. So you see me on an airline flying from city to city. That airline has a flight at that time, and I even discussed it at the beginning of it. But I think we're getting close to Dallas here for the better part of the day. What time is it? 12:05 p.m. We'll get in just after lunch. Looks like 1:40. Oh, it'll be a late lunch. Yeah, because from now on we'll be taking off flying out of Dallas anyway. This was our one flight out of Houston. And again, the premise is the front office made a mistake. It's a new team, folks. Like I said before, you know, it's an expansion team. So at this point here, coming back to Dallas, we got 2 games under our belts. Played the defending champion Moonstars. I'm not going to talk about the outcome. You can watch it yourself. Faced off against another expansion team, the San Jose
Stay right.
Swordfish.
Then exit right.
Okay, here's our exit coming up. Next game here in town, I think the Michigan Moose are coming in a few days too. This is our first our first divisional game. Our first division rival coming in from Detroit. And the Moose also won the championship, I want to say 3 seasons ago. And a lot of players moved around since then, but I think they got the core of their team back with the Super Mega 4 revamp. So most of the team that won the championship with the Moose is still there, except for maybe they picked up shortstop from Wedge Wagner. They picked up from the Overdogs when they won, because Wedge came from the Overdogs to
Stay left.
the Moose, won the championship, and then went back to the Overdogs the next season. He just figured they were going to do it. Left town when it got his ring, and then came back. Fair weather player. But yeah, so if you're new to the baseball series and you're wondering what the heck this thing is, that's what this is, and hopefully you enjoy the season. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun game. I'm talking about baseball. This is fun too, though. I like driving. During the season, I'm going to intersperse some trucking as well, because I got a trucking company, and I need
Stay
to.
left.
I still need to purchase a garage out here in Texas. So I think I'm going to buy my garage in oh, what is it? Laredo? No, not Laredo. What's west of here? Jeez, people. I don't even. Oh, let's pull my map out real quick. Next west to Dallas. Abilene. And it was an old. It was a western, old west name. Living in Fort Worth, garage in Abilene, calling games in Dallas. that's the backstory.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Turning on 35 west, north towards Denton.
Stay right.
Gonna get used to this area here. Yeah, we curved south. We just curved south of Dallas, and now we're coming up along the east edge of Fort Worth. We're south of Dallas, Fort Worth. We're south of the city, and as we come up 35 west here, or 35 west here, you start to see Fort Worth show up on the left, and I live just east of Fort Worth. I gotta be left here? Okay. Look at these Texas-sized overpasses. It's crazy. I'll tell you one thing I'm digging driving down here, and that is the Texas U-turn, man. They build these U-turns in at a lot of these interchanges that don't require you to stop at the lights. You just kind of loop around and get back on the other direction. That's pretty darn cool. I dig it. There's Fort Worth.
Stay right, and then exit right.
And we're getting off of Basswood Boulevard. We're gonna end our trip. Home for a few games, home for a little more than a week. Good to be back. You get a appreciation for being back home after actually going through that road trip. So, and I am, you know what? I gotta stop in here. I'm gonna go in there and get a bucket of chicken at the Dirks, and I gotta stop at Tidbit to get a few things. But so yeah, until then, we'll just stop right here. Thanks for watching that, folks. We'll see you at the stadium, and then next time we're on the road, I forget where we're heading out. I think to LA. LA, that'll be fun. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Bye now.